And we're live.
15 was a terrible age. You couldn't really go on dates because you can't drive. You're constantly wanting to fuck, but you can't get laid because of the date thing. And the kind of girls that are wanting to fuck at that age aren't necessarily the safest.
Just to give you a vibe on how cool I am, that's when I got my moped and my freedom opened up. Not cool, but it was fun.
Did you get a lot of pussy on the moped?
Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
No.
Oh, girl, give me a little push so I can pedal this thing faster, get it started. Let's go, baby.
Come on.
Also at 15, you're hiding your porn. You're worried that people can see in your thoughts, and your thoughts are all horribly disgusting and weird.
You had porn?
Girls. You're writing my dad had this stack of Playboy magazines in his closet, and they were old. Like they'd started their own little like groups of bugs in them, and so and I found them. They were just in the floor of his closet one day, and they were like old 70s Superbush craziness, and I stole like 4 of them, and he knew instantly. He was some sort of inventory, had some sort of like alarm on him, and he was like, and he came in and he's like, just make sure that whatever girl I have over doesn't see them. Oh, okay, I wasn't going to be out in the living room. Yeah. So I had old weird porn though. I had old weird, not weird in the sense that it's weird like creepy, but I had bushy 70s dad.
I've always wondered about that. Kyle and I grew up in the internet age where you could look up whatever you wanted. Barely, but still. And back then, like when you had just nothing but bush covering the whole muff, like was there still an aspect of like mystique where you're like, I still don't know quite exactly what the pussy looks like. It's just kind of a patch of hair. It may as well be underwear. Like,
yes, the wild wonderland of mystery. And then they started shaving, and then you're like, okay.
Like I don't know what I was expecting, but this isn't as great.
Mine's not that good looking either.
See, so I'll be 32 in like a month. So like I was looking at porn and sort of like the dawn of internet porn, or at least it seemed that it was the dawn of internet porn. So every website, there were no like dedicated websites that gave you free pornography. Certainly not videos. If you got lucky, you had to like watch the preview images for pay websites. And there were and if you tried to delve deeper into the internet, you would end up in scary places that were full of viruses. So my mom's computer was just ruined. Like she'd always try to get on to like do work. And she's like, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. It's brand new. It's a gateway. She's like bragging about her gateway computer. And I'm just like, I don't know. And why does the keyboard get so sticky all the time?
You had to go to that place, didn't you, man? That's a weird place to go.
The dawn of internet porn was awesome, right? And I remember so that was before they had figured out pop-ups and the solution to that. So you go to a porn site and you'd be like, all right, she's beautiful. I'll click on her. And then like 19 more sites would pop up. And it's like, haha, joke's on you. I can jerk off to these too.
So we've taken a weird off-ramp. I was talking about my dad's magazines. Now we've taken this weird, let's talk about internet porn. I've been really lucky in life to my dad taught me how to be like charming enough around women and asshole enough around women to get women. So I've always been lucky enough to get women. And my wife is an ex-Diesel jeans model, so I'm lucky. Porn is not something I look at a whole lot. I was talking about magazines, and I like that you guys jumped right on the porn train and just kind of cannonballed out to the history. What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I'm glad we started this on a real classy high note. My fault.
Well, porn's an important part of civilization. Like people have been masturbating since they got thumbs. Think about how little we'd get done if you couldn't beat off. No one would have ever invented a microchip or gone to space if you couldn't get that tension
further.
off. Yeah.
Okay, we've gone further now.
We're going. This is the.
There would have been no cotton
gin.
There had been no cotton gin at all had Eli Whitney not really needed to get his rocks off. Nice, guys.
So
I'm glad you kind of put the Industrial Revolution all comes down to masturbation.
He was standing in that cotton field jacking off, and he goes, I'd have 10 times as much time to jack off if we could somehow get this goddamn cotton picked up faster. And he figured it out. So
Alexander Graham Bell, he had to call. He was, I'm masturbating too much. I need to call a woman. I need to come up with a phone.
That was actually for phone sex when his wife was in Philadelphia.
This has been the worst podcast I've ever agreed to do.
And right before this, you said that you got invited on a bestiality fetish podcast, and so we really struck hard.
Dude, so I was on Twitter. I'm always, I don't think any.
Oh.
Care about, I go crazy. Like my comedy, I don't edit it, but I make sure my comedy is funny. But on Twitter, I can rant if I want. And this guy, I forget his name even, but he was posting some funny stuff, and it was just about whatever I was talking about. And every once in a while, I'd retweet him or like his stuff. And he said, "Hey, I have a podcast. You want to come on?" I happen to be in Pittsburgh or Philly, and he goes, "I said, yeah, come to the hotel. I'm a nice guy. You've been hounding me for a bit, so all right, we're doing the podcast now." So I said, "All right, yeah, 2:00, we'll do it." Shows up at the hotel with this girl, and he goes, I just want you to know that our podcast is about fetishes and stuff like that. And I was in the hallway of the hotel. I'm like, dude, seriously? I go, like, you didn't, like, that's what you put in line 1 of the email, hey, I've got a fetish podcast. Do you want to be on it? Then you can make a decision. He waited till he had his equipment with him, and we were in the hallway on the way to my hotel room, and I hit the elevator button, and I said, "No, guys, thanks, and I sent him away."
Now, was it that it was a fetish podcast, or was it the specific fetish that was the topic of the evening?
I didn't know, man. It's like, I think as a comic and as an entertainer, whether because I directed a movie, I'm not an area I want to even put my name on or put my like your thing is all about what is your podcast about specific?
We talk about current events a lot, and apparently
there you go. Good. See, I can live with that. Like my podcast, The Armageddon Up, that I'm fine with that. People don't. If you like my politics one week, you're gonna hate them the next week. That's what I try to. I figure out. I just don't know, man. There's just certain things. If he was like, we're a podcast. We actually really pro killing endangered species. I'd probably say, I don't want to be on that one either. I'm good with that.
This is awkward. I was just about to promote my podcast, which is about trophy hunting. It comes out this Sunday. It's called "Fuck You, I'm Gonna Do It."
Sponsored by Ivory Buddhas that we import from Africa.